Hi everyone, how you doing? You're welcome back to the channel. My name is Sarah. On today's video, we'll be drafting and cutting a short collar jacket. I made use of Ankara fabric for the jacket, and for the lining I made use of bridal satin. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe and share the video with your soul friends. So guys, let's jump right into it. For the jacket, we will draft the back pattern first. After that, we'll now draft the front pattern. So for my back pattern here, I came in by 2 inches. This will serve as the center back. And by the time we continue with this video, I will explain to you why I came in by 2 inches for the center back instead of 1 inch. Then this line here is the shoulder line, also known as the startup line. This is my startup line. The next I have to do is to pull down my shoulder measurement. The shoulder I'm working with is 16. Divided by 2 will give me 8 inches. So here I'll pull down 8 inches. The next I have to do is to get the width of my neckline, which is 3 inches for the width, then 1 inch for the depth of my neckline. So now I'll connect this line together. So after connecting the width of the neckline, the next you have to do now is to come down on your shoulder here by 1 inch. This is the shoulder slope. You connect this 1 inch mark down to the width of your neckline. Now the next we have to do after doing this now is to get the chest line. To get your chest line, you divide your bust by 6 plus 1.5. After doing that, I have 8.75 for my chest line. So here I'll mark down 8.75. I'll check what I have from the startup line. I have 9.75. I'll bring it back to the center of my back. So now connect this line together. I'm through with connecting the chest line. Now the next we have to do is to drop down the waist measurement. So you put your tape on your shoulder and mark your waist. From shoulder to waist, I have 19 inches. Then I'll put my tape here. Then I'll get the length of my jacket. I want the length of my jacket to be 32. That's 32 for the length of the jacket. Now connect this my waistline together. After connecting the line now, the next you have to do is to drop down your shoulder measurement on your chest line, which is 8 inches. Here I'll put down 8 inches. Then I'll connect with a straight line. So now this line we have here now is a guide for the armhole. Now we'll divide what we have here. We have 8.75 here. I'll divide by 2 and mark. We are working on the back pattern. I will come in by half inches here and mark. The next I have to do is to mark from this 1 inch line we have here down to this half inches with a slant line like this. Then I'll finish up with my French curve. After doing this now, you have to put down your bust span, also known as your nipple to nipple point. So the nipple to nipple point I'm working with is 4.5. Here I'll put down 4.5. On my waist also, I'll put down 4.5. Then on the hem of my jacket also, I'll put down 4.5. I'll connect these lines together. So now on my hem of my jacket, I'll come up by 3 inches. I don't want my dart to get to the hem of the jacket. Then on my chest line here, I'll come down by 1 inch also. It's not getting to the chest line also. My dart is not getting to the chest line. Now I'll open up my dart by 1 inch. Here I'll open up half inches. And here also I'll open up on half inches. Then I'll connect my dart legs together. After connecting your dart leg, the next you have to do on your center back here, you come in by 1 inch. I came in by 1 inch because this jacket, we are not making use of the bust dart technique, no. So now on my neckline here, I'll come down by 3 inches and mark. So now I'll connect this 1 inch I have here down to these 3 inches I came down here. Then for my waist here, I'll come down by 5 inches. That's where I want the shaping to stop. Here, 5 inches. And I will just connect down this way. You can see how it looks. After doing this now, from the hem of my jacket here, I'll come up by 7 inches. This one is for the vent. This jacket is having a back vent. So my jacket will be having a back vent. Then the width of my back vent, I want it to be 1.5 inches. So here is 1.5 inches, and I will mark. I'll go to the hem of my jacket also and mark 1.5 inches. So now connect with a straight line. So I'm through with the back vent. Now put down the body measurement. So on my chest line here, I'll divide the bust by 4. After dividing my bust, I have 11.5 on the bust. I will mark here. You can see where I put my 11.5. After the back tightening, that's where I put my 11.5 inches for the bust here. Now we divide the waist. After dividing it, I have 9.75. This is 9.75. You put it after your back shaping in. 9.75 here. Then we'll add 1 inches for the dart intake. This is 1 inches here also. After dividing my hip, I have 12 inches. So on my hem line here, I'll put down 12 inches. So now connect from the bust down to the waist, then waist down to the hip. So this is it. We are almost done. So now we'll determine what dart we want to use. For this jacket, I'm making use of the shoulder dart. So I'll divide my shoulder by 2. I'll check what I have here. I have 5 inches divided by 2. Mark. Then I'll just connect this back with a straight line down to the dart. You can see how it is. Now we'll keep this aside so we can draft the front pattern. Now let's draft the front pattern. What I did is that I came down by 6.5 inches. This will serve as where my collar will sit. We are drafting the bodies and the collar together. Now here I came in by 4 inches. We use this space for the short collar and the button allowance. Now the next I have to do is to get my shoulder. The shoulder I'm working with is 8 inches. That's 16 divided by 2 will give you 8. Then after getting my shoulder, I will get the neckline, which is 3 inches for the width, and the depth of my neckline will be 3 inches. So now connect this neckline together. So now after getting the neckline now, the next we have to do is to come down from the shoulder line by 1 inches. This is for the shoulder slope. I'll connect it back to my width of the neckline like this. Now after getting this, now you have to get your chest line. To get your chest line, you divide your bust by 6 plus 1.5. After doing that, I have 8.79 for my chest line. You check what you have from your startup line, 9.79. Bring it down here. So now connect with a straight line. After doing this, now we have to get shoulder to waist. So for shoulder to waist, I'm using 19 inches. And after getting the shoulder to waist, then you get shoulder to the blazer, which is 32 inches. Now connect these lines together. After getting the length of your blazers, now we have to drop down the shoulder measurement on the chest line, which is 8 inches here. Then I'll connect with a straight line. Then I'll divide what I have here to get my armhole. I'll divide this by 2 here. Then I'll come in by 0.75. First, you connect with a straight line like this, the way I'm doing mine. Then I'll finish up with a French curve. After getting the armhole, the next you have to do is to get your nipple to nipple points. I'm working with 4.5. I'll put down 4.5 here. I'll put it on my waist and the hem of the jacket. Then I'll connect with a straight line. Then I'll come up by 3 inches on the hem of my jacket. Then on the chest line, I'll come down by 1 inch. My dart is not getting to the chest line also. Then I'll open up the dart by half inches. Now connect the dart legs together. So after getting the dart, now we have to get the bust measurement. You divide your bust by 4. After dividing mine, I have 11.5 inches. Then on the waist also, you divide your waist by 4. After dividing my waist, I have 9.75. Then I'll add 1 inches for the dart intake we have. Then on the hem of my jacket, I'll put down my hip measurement. After dividing my hip by 4, I have 12 inches. So here I'll put down 12 inches. And I'll connect from bust to waist, then waist to the hem of my jacket. So now after doing this, now we have to get the button allowance. So for button allowance, I'll make use of 1.5 inches. So from my center front here, this line, I'll come in by 1.5 inches. I'll mark this 1.5 inches down to the hem of the jacket. So after getting your button allowance, now you determine where your break point is going to be. When I mean break point, how much cleavage I want to show. I'll come up from my waist by 2 inches. Then you mark like this. After getting your break point, now the next you have to do is to bring in your back pattern. So this is the back pattern. You measure around your back neckline like this. I have 3.5 inches here. Here, 3.5 inches. Then you keep this back pattern aside. And now we'll come up like this by that 3.5 inches here and mark. So now connect this with a straight ruler. Then you mark 3.5. Come in by half inches here and mark. Because the collar needs to sit on the back of the neckline, it does not have to be straight. You curve it a bit like this. Does not have to be straight like this. It has to have a bit of curve so it can sit on your back neckline. So after doing this now, we have to determine the width of the collar. So I want my collar to be, the wideness to be 5 inches. Then I'll bring in my ruler. So now you connect like this. You can see the way I place my ruler. If you have something like this, I would advise you use it. Now I'll check what I have here, 5 inches. After doing that, now we have to work on the short collar. So you just give it a bit of curve like this. Now it is. Then you connect with a straight line down this way. You can see how it looks. This is how this side has to blend in. You blend it in this way. After doing this, now we divide what we have on the shoulder here. We have 5 inches. You know, we make use of the shoulder dart. That's what you use also on the front. So now connect it down this way. I'm through with the drafting of the short collar jacket. Now cut this out. I'm through with the cutting of the front. Before we cut out the back pattern, we have to add that half inches we add on the front neckline. Then you connect it back. Okay, you can see the neckline now. So I'll cut this out. I'm through with the cutting of the front and the back. This is the center front, the side front, center back, side back. So now the next we have to do is to cut out the sleeve. So now we're drafting the sleeve. I came down here by 1 inches. This line here is my startup line. Now the next you have to do is to get your cap height. To get your cap height, you divide your bust by 12 plus 1 inches. After doing that, I have 4.5. So I'll come down here and mark 4.5. So now after marking the 4.5, the next you have to do is to get from shoulder to elbow. So for my shoulder to elbow, I'll make use of 13 inches. So this is 13 inches here. The next we have to do is to get the length of the sleeve. For the length of my sleeve, I'm making use of 24 inches. When drafting the blazer sleeve, you have to make your pattern paper unfold. You can see my pattern paper is on fold. This is the cap height, elbow, and the length of the sleeve. The next you have to do is to divide your bust by 6 plus 1.5. After doing that, I have 9.5 inches. Here I'll put down 9.5 here. I'll connect to a straight line down to my sleeve head here, like this. Now I have to divide what I have here. You check what you have and you divide it by 2 this way. Then I'll come down by half inches here, half inches. Now I'll use my French curve. Then I'll turn the French curve this way and finish up. After doing this, now we have to drop the round elbow. To get your elbow, you make sure you fold your elbow this way and measure round your elbow. After doing that, I have 15 divided by 2 will give me 7.5 here. Now after doing that, now the next I have to do is to divide my round wrist. You measure your round wrist like this. This is how you measure your round wrist. And I have 10 inches. You make sure your hand is like this. When you want to measure your wrist, you measure this way, not here. You measure here. When you measure here, it will be too tight for your hand to enter. So you make use of this side to measure your round wrists. And I have 10 inches here. I'll put down 5 inches. I'll connect my sleeve together. Connect from the elbow down this way. Now you connect from your cap height down to the elbow like this. So you can see how it is. So I've cut out the excess we have on the up. This place you don't have to cut it out because we have to do some alteration. Now the next we have to do now is to open up the sleeve. Now that you open up your sleeve, we make here the back, and this side will be my front. Here that is my front. You have to do small alteration. On the front here, I'll come down by half inches here, and I would just from the center of my sleeve, you place your collar like this and you bring it down, and you continue this way. So now cut this side out. Okay, so now after doing this, now you fold back like this. The blazer sleeve always has a joining at the back. So now you fold your sleeve this way by the wrist. That's how you fold. Can you see the way I fold? I fold with my wrist. Then you make sure it's like this. Then now open this up and draw a straight line to connect the folding we have there like this. Connect to the up also, and we'll do the same thing here at the front here. This side that is the back here, you open a dart of 1 inch on the hem of your sleeve here. Come out by 1 inch. Then here also come in by 1 inch. Now connect this 1 inch down to the elbow like this in a form of that. That's how you connect down to the elbow. The 1 inch we take on this side of the back of the sleeve, we have to add it back. You'll be adding it back on this side of your sleeve here, 1 inch. That's why we didn't cut it back. Now you connect it back to the elbow like this. Now you repeat the same thing also on this other side of your sleeve, 1 inch. We replace what we remove back. You connect it again back to this other side, to the elbow. So now to cut, you fold first. Now you open up so you can cut out the back. Cut within the darts. So now this is it. This is the sleeve. The 1 inch we took out, we added back on the back, and we did the same thing also on this side of the front. So now cut these pattern papers on my fabric. I'm through the cutting of the pattern on my fabric. On the next video, I will show you how to sew this beautiful jacket, on how to sew the well pocket, neat finishing and everything. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share this video with your sew friends. See you on the next video. God bless you.